Hello and welcome to Spotlight on Wawarsing. Today is Thursday, November 8th, 2018, and I am your host, Jada Seal. Today's show features Alexandra Jilson, health educator for Planned Parenthood Mid-Hudson Valley. Thank you for being here.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good.
Alrighty. What do you do at Planned Parenthood?
So my job is a health educator. I literally go and talk to children between ages 13 and 21 and talk to them about sexual reproductive health and also safer sex.
What does CAPP stand for?
So CAP, it stands for Comprehensive Adolescent Pregnancy Prevention Program. So basically, it's a program designed by the New York State of Health to basically say, hey, we see that as an epidemic when it comes to the ages 13 and 21, and we need to work with children to teach them about pregnancy prevention, HIV and AIDS reduction, and also a little bit knowledge about STIs.
How does your presence as a health educator affect your local youth community?
So my presence, basically me coming in and talking to youth about HIV and AIDS. One is one less kid that actually encounters that disease. Two, we developed that rapport so kids can actually say, I have a question about, my vagina. I have a question about certain areas when it comes to sexual reproductive health, and be able to ask those questions because they don't have a parent or, a parent or a teacher to be able to talk about it because of the stigmas of, sex.
What kinds of birth control does PPMHV offer?
All right, so before we even get into birth control, I just want to tell you guys a little bit about Planned Parenthood is a place where you could go if you want to get testing. If you want to go for HIV testing, STI testing, pregnancy testing. You also could come to us if you want to do a wellness exam just to make sure everything is good when it comes to sexual reproductive health. So if you've never had sex, you can come to us for a wellness exam and you can get on birth control, which we will be talking about today. Remember that little card I gave to you?
Yes.
So basically that card is a preventive service, list of services. So it tells you all the great things that you can get from Planned Parenthood. It tells you the locations that we're at. We in Monticello, we in Goshen, we in Newburgh, Kingston, and also Poughkeepsie. So if you're in any of those areas, you can always go there and get those services. And because of you are under the age of 18, you get those services for free. And also college students too can get those services. There's another card behind that one I gave to you. And that's the wallet card. That wallet card basically lists the same resources that you can be able to get at Planned Parenthood in Mid-Hudson Valley, but it also gives you that little blue box that's on here. It shows you where you can text if you had a question. So if you had a question like, why does it burn when I pee? You could be able to get that question answered at 3 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the evening, 10 o'clock in the morning, or whatever time you want to be able to ask those questions. And someone like me, a health educator, will be able to answer that question and keep it confidential.
Okay.
So you want to talk about birth control?
Yes.
Let's talk about birth control. So I'm going to, this is the Planned Parenthood website. You can always go to the Planned Parenthood website and go to search and put in birth control. It's always good for everyone to learn about birth control. One, birth control prevents pregnancies, not HIV and STIs, but it also is good for males to learn about birth control because they can help educate their female counterparts or people that have a uterus about this topic, and also be understanding that some birth control come with some type of side effect. So whether it's like just make sure that they take their pill every day, or making sure that they are know that they're taking a shot every 3 months. It's always good to encourage the person with a uterus to be able to utilize their birth control so that they won't become pregnant. So this is the website right here, and you just go to search and you put in birth control, and you get more information about the different types of birth control. And you just will go to birth control, and there you go. And a whole list of birth control will come up and show you different types. I'm going to show you a quick little video, and it's going to break down the 3 different types of areas that birth control do to the body. And then from there, we can talk a little bit more about the different types of birth control.
Here's what has to happen for pregnancy to occur after sexual intercourse. Sperm must swim up the vagina, through the cervical opening, upwards through the uterus, and into one of the 2 fallopian tubes. If an egg, released during that month's ovulation, is in the tube, one sperm has a chance to fertilize it. Contraceptives are designed to prevent this process, and they work in 3 basic ways. They block the sperm, disable sperm before they reach the uterus, or suppress ovulation. Block is the simplest. Male and female condoms prevent sperm from coming into contact with the vaginal space. That barrier is also why they, unlike other contraceptive methods, are able to prevent transmission of certain sexually transmitted diseases. Meanwhile, the diaphragm, cervical cap, and sponge work by being placed over the cervix, barricading the entrance to the uterus. These contraceptives are sometimes called barrier methods and can be used with spermicides, an example of the second category, disable. A spermicide is a chemical that immobilizes and destroys sperm. Today's spermicides come as foam, cream, jelly, suppositories, and even a thin piece of translucent film that dissolves in the vagina. These products can be inserted directly into the vagina before intercourse, or can be combined with block methods, like a diaphragm or condom, for added protection. The third category for preventing pregnancy works by suppressing the action of an egg maturing in the ovary. If there isn't an egg available in the fallopian tube, there's nothing for sperm to fertilize. Hormonal contraceptives, including the pill, the patch, the depot shot, and the vaginal ring, all release synthetic versions of various combinations of progesterone and estrogen. This hormone cocktail suppresses ovulation, keeping the immature egg safely sequestered in the ovary. Synthetic progesterone also has a block trick up its sleeve. It makes cervical mucus too thick and sticky for sperm to swim through easily. There are other contraceptives that use multiple approaches at the same time. For example, many IUDs, or intrauterine devices, contain synthetic hormones which suppress ovulation. Some also contain copper, which disables sperm while also making egg implantation in the uterus difficult. Block, disable, or suppress. Is one strategy better than the other? There are differences, but a lot of it has to do with how convenient and easy it is to use each contraceptive correctly. For example, male condoms would be about 98% effective if everyone used them perfectly. That 98% means if 100 couples correctly used condoms for a year, 2 women would get pregnant. But not everyone uses them correctly, so they're only 82% effective in practice. Other methods, like the patch and pill, are 99% effective when they're used perfectly, but in practice, that's 91%. Spermicide is only 85% effective, even with perfect usage, and just 71% effective with typical usage. Another important consideration in the choice of contraceptives are side effects, which almost exclusively affect women rather than men. Hormonal methods in particular can cause symptoms like headaches, nausea, and high blood pressure, but they vary from woman to woman. That's why these methods require a prescription from a doctor. The choice of contraceptive method is a personal one, and what works best for you now may change later. Scientists also continue to research new methods, such as a male pill that would prevent sperm production. In the meantime, there are quite a few options to block sperm, disable them, or suppress eggs and keep them out of reach.
All right, so you guys got a little bit of idea about the block and suppress and disable sperm. I'm going to talk a little bit more about those different types of birth control. I'm going to actually have you actually touch the birth control method. So she's going to be able to actually touch it and basically give you guys a little inside scoop on how it kind of, I'm going to give you the inside scoop on how it kind of works, and she gets to actually touch it. Cool?
Cool.
All right. So I'm going to start off with the highest way of not becoming pregnant. The highest way of not becoming pregnant is 100% sure. And do you think you know what it might be? It's 100% sure.
No.
Starts with an A.
An A. I don't know.
It's abstinence.
Oh.
All right. So abstinence. Do you think you know what abstinence is?
No, I don't even know that.
So everybody has their own ideas when it comes to abstinence, but abstinence is refraining from oral, anal, and vaginal sex. So if you are practicing any of those things, you are not practicing abstinence. So in order to not be pregnant, the 100% sure way of not doing that is abstinence. And also abstinence you won't get HIV and you won't get an STI on top of all those great things. So yes, the abstinence is the 100% sure way. The next one, which is a 99% sure way of not becoming pregnant, is called IUD. So this. IUD is intrauterine device. So intrauterine device, basically it goes into your uterus. There's two types of IUDs. There is the hormonal method, and then is the non-hormonal method. The hormonal method sends off hormones, and it tells the ovaries, hey, don't release any eggs into the fallopian tubes. It tells the uterine lining, get a little thin because we don't need no blood for no baby. And also it builds that mucus around the cervix so it gets really thick. So it makes it really hard for the sperm to swim up to meet with the egg. So if you have all those barriers for that sperm and the egg would never meet. So they use this device, a prescribed doctor. They get trained to learn how to use these devices. But they will use this device. They'll numb your cervix, and basically this will be the tea with the medicine on it, and it will go into your uterus. Guess how long it lasts?
Up to 2 years, maybe?
3 to 5 years. So depending on what IUD you use, that one will last for 3 to 5 years. Now the non-hormonal one, which is this one. I'm sorry, I'm in my little kit right here. This one is covered in copper, and basically it changes the environment of the uterus. So some scientists decided to put copper and sperm in the same environment and found out sperm and copper don't like each other. And when sperm and copper see each other, sperm literally freezes and don't move from that area. So when you put this into the uterus, all it does is change the environment. You can keep it right there. All it does is change the environment, and it doesn't do any of that hormonal stuff like tells the brain and does all that great stuff. It's just all it does is change the environment. Guess how long this one lasts? And this one is called Paragard.
I'm guessing 6 years.
No, 12.
12 years.
12 years,
That's
guys.
sick.
12 years it lasts. So those are the two types of IUDs. You got the hormonal and non-hormonal. So I'm going to show you a little bit of a video really quick when it comes to IUDs. So if you go follow me on the Planned Parenthood website, you will see, you go on this side, on the right-hand side, and you will see the one that says IUD. You will click it. And you will see that the video is right there.
IUD stands for Intrauterine Device, and it's one of the most effective kinds of birth control you can get. A doctor inserts a little IUD into your uterus, and then you're protected from pregnancy for years. IUDs are super convenient and mistake-proof. You get it, and forget it. Your IUD can be removed anytime you want, and your ability to get pregnant quickly returns. But IUDs don't prevent the spread of STDs, so use condoms along with the IUD to help protect yourself. There are a few kinds of IUDs. The Paragard IUD is hormone-free. It uses copper to prevent pregnancy and lasts for up to 12 years. The copper IUD also works really well as emergency contraception. It can prevent pregnancy if inserted up to 5 days after unprotected sex. Hormonal IUDs like Mirena, Kylena, Skyla, and Loletta use a hormone called progestin to prevent pregnancy. They last 3 to 6 years, depending on which one you get. The IUD has possible side effects, but they usually go away after a few months. They have lots of benefits too. Hormonal IUDs can ease cramps and make your periods lighter, or even stop them completely. Want to get an IUD? Your nearest Planned Parenthood Health Center is here to help.
All right, so that's IUD. Then the next one I'm going to talk to you about, and there's a lot of them that Planned Parenthood offers, so follow with me. The next one we're going to show you is called implant, next one on. And this one lasts for 4 years. So basically, it's like a matchstick size, like, you know, same size as a matchstick, and then it goes inserted into your bicep. Here you go. And it releases hormones and it tells the brain, hey brain, tell your ovaries, do not release any eggs. It thins that uterine lining and builds that mucus so that the cervix, around the cervix, so that the sperm and the egg can never meet. Again, it's an incision in the arm done by a doctor, and it lasts for 4 years. So basically, if you want to take it out, you can take it out, and there you go. So I wanted to show you how it looks in the arm. So this is basically, you can't see it. All you can do is rub it, and you can feel it there, but you would never see it there. It leaves a little bit bruising for a couple of days because it's like a little surgery, but after that, you don't notice it's there at all. You want to rub it? There you go. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit on the website where you can find the implant. Sorry, 1 minute. So you click on this one. It says birth control implant. And then you go down, and it has a little bit of information about the implant. And this is the video.
The birth control implant is one of the most effective kinds of birth control you can get. It's a tiny matchstick-shaped rod that releases the hormone progestin to prevent pregnancy. A doctor inserts the implant under the skin in your upper arm, and that's it. You're protected from pregnancy for up to 4 years. The implant is super convenient and mistake-proof. You get it and forget it. A doctor can remove your implant anytime you want, and your ability to get pregnant quickly returns. The implant has possible side effects, but they usually go away in a few months. It has benefits too, like easing period cramps. The implant doesn't prevent the spread of STDs, so use a condom along with the implant to help protect yourself. Want to get the implant? Your nearest Planned Parenthood Health Center is here to help.
All right, so both those methods are part of the LARC methods. So that means long, that means it lasts for a long time. Acting, as soon as you put it into your body, it does its job. It prevents you from pregnancy, but does not prevent you from STI or HIV. And then reversible means that the R stands for reversible. That means you can take it out at any moment. So say like year 2, you decide to say, hey, I want to have a child, you can take it out and instantly become pregnant. And then contraception means that it has to be prescribed by a doctor. So only a doctor could be able to give that medication to you. Cool? So those are the LARC methods. So now I'm going to go into the hormonal methods. All right? There are like about five of them in there. Okay? So I know you know about this one.
Birth control pills.
Yes.
Yeah.
So birth control pills. Do you know any information you want to tell your peers about?
Birth control doesn't have really a high effect on some people.
Okay.
I know that some birth control pills stop periods.
Mm-hmm.
Some don't. That's really all I know.
Okay. So that's why I'm here to help
Yeah.
educate you. That's what my job is, guys. So I'm going to teach you a little bit about the birth control pill. So yes, there are some of them that do help with acne. There's some that help with regulating periods. So yeah, that's all. You have to have that discussion with your doctor. They do like a hormone check and things of that nature, and they help you out with these pills. But the number one sole purpose of the birth control pill is to help stop a pregnancy. So basically, you don't get pregnant when you're taking these pills. Mm-hmm. These pills you have to take every day. They have either estrogen or progesterone or a combination of both. And you have to take one pill every day at the same time. So if today is Thursday and I take it at 3 o'clock, tomorrow, Friday, I need to take it at what time?
3 o'clock.
Yes. So it has to happen every day. So this pill has enough medicine for one day and then next day and keep taking it. 21 days of this circle of pills of hormones. Then the inner circle is just placebo pills, like sugar pills basically. It just helps you remember to take that the pill. But usually when you take that inner circle, or if you're taking these, the ones that someone actually touched it. So if you take the last line, usually you will see your period during that time. So, and you still won't become pregnant. but it's still that you be able, these pills help you, you'll see a period down that time, right? So that one is 99% effective. The only common error with birth control pill is that people tend to forget to take the pill. So exactly, to remember to take a pill every day is kind of hard for some people, and then they end up pregnant on this method because of that. So I'm going to show you a little bit about the birth control pill real quick. Go back a little bit. If you go right to that that right hand side of the screen, you go to birth control pill, and then you go down a little bit, and you press play, and then you get the video.
The birth control pill is safe and super simple. You swallow one tiny pill every day, and that's it. You're protected from pregnancy. But you have to take it every day, so use an alarm or app to help you remember. And the pill doesn't prevent the spread of STDs, so use condoms along with the pill to protect yourself from both pregnancy and STDs. Like other medications, the pill has possible side effects, but they usually go away in the first few months. It has lots of benefits too. The pill can clear up acne, ease cramps, and make your periods lighter and more regular. Want to get on the pill? Your nearest Planned Parenthood Health Center can hook you up.
All right, you have any questions about the pill?
No.
All right, so we're going to go to the next method. Okay. The next method is the birth control patch. So the birth control patch looks like this, actually. Sorry. It's an adhesive, like, I want to say like a sticker. And you put it on your arm or your upper back or your buttock or your abdominal wall. It goes on for 1 week. 1 week. For 3 weeks. So week one, I put this on my upper back. Week 2, I put it on my abdominal wall, but a brand new one, not the same one. And then week 3, I put it on my my buttocks. And then week 4, nothing goes on. Okay? What do you think happened at week 4?
There's a higher chance of getting pregnant on week 4, or is it still there?
It prevents you from getting pregnant, period. So once you on this method,
I thought it was just for that week.
But what do you think happens on week 4 when you have nothing on at all? Just like the birth control pill, remember that last week?
Yeah.
You get your period.
Mm-hmm. So
that's what happens.
Oh, okay.
So the last week, nothing goes on. Week 4, that means your period will start. You have withdrawal bleeding. So again, you put this patch on for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And then after the 3 weeks, you put nothing on, and then you start all over again. Okay? And this is 99% effective. So again, you put it in 4 different locations. You got 4 different choices where you want to put it at on your body. The only error that happens with the patch is that a lot of people tend to forget to put on a brand new one when 7 days are up. Another thing is that if you're a deep swimmer, like 8 hours of swimming is your life, you wouldn't use this method. But you can take a shower with it, and you can take a go in the tub or go in the pool with it. But you shouldn't do deep swimming with this type of method. I'm going to show you guys really quick about the patch. And some of them do not have a video. So I think this one is, this is the one that don't have a video. And it just says, the patch is a safe and simple, affordable birth control method that you wear on the skin of your belly, upper arm, butt, or back. You put a new patch on every week for 3 weeks, and it releases hormones that prevent pregnancy. And then you get a week off before you repeat the cycle again. Okay? So again, it tells the brain, hey brain, tells the ovaries, don't release any eggs. Makes it really hard for the sperm to swim up and meet with the egg. So that's how it kind of works. And again, it's 99% effective. There's a lot told you, right?
Yeah.
All right, so the next one I'm going to tell you guys about is called the NuvaRing. So the NuvaRing is the same type of idea as a hormone method. It tells the brain, hey brain, all the great stuff when it comes to cervix, making it really hard for the sperm and the egg to meet. But it's inserted into the cervix, and guess who's inserting it?
The doctor.
No, you are now. So the doctor doesn't play a part in this. Okay. It's usually prescribed by the doctor, but you have to put it in yourself. So I'm going to teach you how to put it in really quick. This is 99% effective. Again, once you put it inside, automatically it prevents against pregnancy. You must use a condom if you to prevent STIs and HIV, things of that nature. So, NuvaRing, usually it's clear, but for demonstration purposes it's blue, so if I drop it on the floor, I can see it. But usually you take it and you twist it like an 8, and then it goes into the vagina, and you open it, it opens up by itself, and it sits right under the cervix. And it sits there for 21 days, just like the pill for 21 days, the patch for 21 days. And then the last week, you take it, you take your finger, yes, it goes in the vagina, take it, hook it down, and then nothing goes in for 7 days. What do you think happens then?
For 7 days.
For 7 days, what do you think happens?
Period.
Yes. Yes, you don't bleed the whole 7 days, but within those 7 days, you should see a period. Okay? And then once that 7 days is over, then you put a brand new one of these inside again. And you do that every month, and you keep repeating. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit about the NuvaRing. And a lot of people say, oh, what happens if it falls out, or if it doesn't fall out, or anything like that. Again, this is, your vagina is made out of muscles, and it will hold it up there so that it will never fall out. They say, oh, what happens if I have sex and it falls out? It shouldn't fall out because the penis usually bumps it. It won't pull it down, things of that nature. So I'm going to show you a little bit about the birth control ring. And I think this is another one without a video. Yep. Alright, so the birth control ring, aka NuvaRing, is a safe and simple, affordable birth control method that you wear inside your vagina. The small, flexible ring prevents pregnancy by releasing hormones into the body. The ring is really effective if you always use it right away. So again, 99% effective, but the common error is that people forget to put it in there. And then if you don't have it in there in the proper time, then you subjecting yourself to become pregnant. Okay? So that's the NuvaRing. So we did the birth control pill, the ring, and the other one I wanted to show you is called the Depo shot. So the Depo-Provera shot basically lasts for only 3 months. So it has enough medication in it for 3 months. You have 2 places you can get the shot taken at, and it has to be done by the doctor. You don't do it this time.
Yeah.
Okay? So it has to be done by the doctor. You can either put it in your arm or your butt. That's the places where the most, tissue is at, things that most muscle. And it releases the hormone into the bloodstream, tells the brain, hey brain, tell the ovaries, don't release any eggs, then that uterine lining, and builds that mucus so that the sperm and the egg will have a hard time to meet each other. Alright? So this shot is taken every 3 months. And it releases that medication into your system and does that exactly what I said. Most common error is that people forget to go back and get the shot, and a lot of people don't like the side effects that comes with it. Sometimes people lose hair or become really hungry or gain weight, things of that nature. Everybody have different hormones or different responses when it comes to a higher dose of hormones, but usually you don't get a period on this at all.
Yeah.
You don't see a period with the Depo-Provera. You might see some spotting, things of that nature, but a lot of people do not see a period on this. So a lot of people like this method because of that.
Yeah.
Again, 99% effective, so. I think that's about it for the, I got a little bit more. So you ever heard of Plan B?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me a little bit about Plan B.
I literally just heard Plan B. That's it.
That's all you heard?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see if we got a video of Plan B. I think there might be one. Hopefully. Oh, I think it might not be. Oops, sorry, went too fast. Okay, so it's not there, but Plan B basically is your emergency contraception, aka EC pill. Basically, if you have sex and basically sperm came inside the vagina, then this is a method you want to be able to utilize, and you have up to 72 hours to 5 days, so 3 to 5 days to take this medication. So the time that you think that sperm got into the vagina, you need to take this pill. So the longer you wait, the longer your chances of that sperm and egg meeting with each other. Again, this is a method that you use if you are not on birth control on birth control. This is a higher dose of birth control, so that's all it is. So it doesn't kill or stop an egg that's already met with each other. Like say if an egg and sperm already met, it doesn't like terminate a pregnancy. All it does is prevent the sperm and an egg from meeting. So if they never met yet and they're on their way meeting, this pill will help stop that from happening. So that's what emergency contraception does. Any question about Plan B?
Nope.
So usually at the pharmacy it costs $50, but at Planned Parenthood you can get it for free. Okay? So then you got the female condom, which you get to touch. So follow me. Okay?
Okay.
So female condom basically, it could go into, we call it, nowadays you call it the internal condom. It goes into the vagina or into the anus. And it can protect, it can sit in there for 6 hours, and it basically prevents you from pregnancy, HIV, and STIs. So it's just like a male condom, but it's worn inside instead of outside the body. You twist it like an 8, just like the new ring. Yep.
Like that.
Yep. And then you put it into either vagina or the anus. It pops just like that. And then this part stays outside the buttocks or outside the vaginal lips. And then the penis goes inside. You do your do. You twist it like a balloon. And then you throw it away. That's it.
Okay.
Right? Do not reuse it. Do not clean it. Don't do any of those great things. Once it's used, you throw it away. But this one is made out of polyurethane, so a lot of people that are allergic to latex, you will use this method because it's made out of a different type of rubber than latex. Cool?
Cool.
Yeah. So I think that's about it. You have the male condom. You know about the male condom, right?
Yes.
So the male condom is basically more outside the penis. It's a barrier method that keeps the sperm entering the vagina. And basically, soon as the penis is erected, you put the condom on, and then from there is doing its job. So that prevents you from HIV, STIs, and pregnancy. So the male condom and the female condom, guess how many percent they are?
99?
98%.
98, okay.
But in teenagers, is a little bit less. You want to know how many percent is in teenagers?
71.
80.
Okay.
It's okay. If you never knew, you never knew. It's all right.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here to help you out. So 80%, because usually teens miss a step. They either wore an old condom, they didn't check the expiration date, or the condom was damaged from the beginning, or they didn't pinch the tip so that when the sperm comes out, it automatically busts the condom, and they cause themselves to be subject to HIV, STIs, or either or pregnancy. So, a lot of people don't know that. But yes, those two methods are 98% effective. Let me see if I can find a condom on here, if I doubt it. Here we go. I don't know if they're going to show a video on it. Yes, they do. All right, here's a video on the female condom.
Female condoms go inside your vagina before sex. Like other condoms, they help prevent contact with skin and fluids that can spread STDs or cause pregnancy. Female condoms are easy to use. If you can put in a tampon, you can probably put in a female condom. They're one-time use only, so use a new condom every time you have sex. Female condoms work great with other birth control methods, like the pill or IUD, for extra pregnancy-preventing power. And unlike other types of birth control, female condoms also help protect you from STDs. You can get female condoms at drugstores, online, and at Planned Parenthood health centers. Want to learn more about female condoms? Check out PlannedParenthood.org.
All right, so that's female condoms for you. Another one I want to talk to you about, and I'm going to keep it really short for this one because these are 72%, and a lot of teens don't use this method, but they are out there. So if you feel like this is the right method for you, this is the method you will choose. So this one's called the diaphragm, and they usually come in 2 different sizes. So like your cervix is a little bit bigger when you give birth, and your cervix is smaller when you don't give birth. You know, because it stretches, opens up. So they have the 2 sides. Usually the doctor size it for you, and then you kind of put it in, and then it sits there, and it blocks the cervix so that the sperm can never meet the egg. So that's that. And this same idea with the cervical cup. And this also the sponge. Kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
So most of your, like, those are the birth control methods that came out before all the hormone methods. So mostly like your grandmas and your moms and the older generation use those methods. Obviously, 72% effective, so they didn't really work. But they do kind of, if that's your choice that you want to use, you can use that, and it does prevent pregnancies. This is also called spermicide. So along with those methods, you will put this on, and it's like it instantly burns sperm, like it kills it off. So this is what spermicide does. So yeah, those are all the methods that you can get at Planned Parenthood. Again, if you're under the age of 18, those methods are free for you. You can utilize your insurance, or you can utilize FBIT, Family Planning Benefit Program, and we could be able to assist you so that you don't have to pay out of pocket to get that service for free. I mean, basically, you get it for free. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's all the services. Okay. I mean, that's all the stuff.
Okay. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
I just want to reiterate the 100% sure way of preventing a pregnancy is abstinence. Okay, so that's refraining yourself from anal, oral, or vaginal sex, and that protects you from all diseases, HIV, STI, and pregnancy. So I just want to reiterate that.
Okay. That's all.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Well, Planned Parenthood Mid-Hudson Valley is located at 21 Grand Street, Kingston, New York, 12401. And for more information, you can find them online at www.plannedparenthood.org. You can email Alexandra Jolson at ppmhv.org, or you can call 845-264-0778. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Spotlight on Wawarsing. See you next time.
Bye.